even people that would get elected.
But there's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I have one that's maybe unusual, but I would say one demon for me is longing.
Lying?
Longing.
Oh, longing.
Longing, because I want it to be different. Right. Mostly my health.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, for so many decades I've been dealing with my health and I don't want it to be the way it is.
Yeah.
Right? So I suffer.
Right.
And my longing is to have this super healthy body.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you'd call that a demon, but it's something that rules me.
Yeah, it is a demon. Even though, it looks like a demon one should have in that situation. Mm-hmm. It's still a demon that says, I should be that way and I'm not that way.
Yeah. So it's a thought. And it's like a pressure.
It's a pressure.
In the head or in the mind, and the idea that it shouldn't be this way, and other people get to run around and be healthy.
Uh-huh. And that's a demon, again, too, the other people.
Yeah.
We have that. We all have that.
Yeah, comparing.
What the other people are doing or not doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, some people that are very deep, have a very deep consciousness, go through these kinds of things, because the rest of the world is doing one thing, and you're doing something different. And why can't you be like them?
Yeah.
Be like Tommy down the street. What's wrong with you? They do well. They
run marathons.
They but you're doing something different.
Yeah.
Very deep.
And the social rewards the niceties of society don't seem to go along with doing something different.
No.
If you're willing to be part of the mainstream, they'll shower all of the material rewards on you that you could possibly handle.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it differently and empower yourself, then those rewards aren't available anymore.
Yeah,
Other rewards are available, though.
Other rewards.
Because when I recognize the longing, or recognize, I want this and I want that, I go, oh, wait a minute, I'm just caught in all of this.
That's beautiful.
And I just did a meditation before I came here, and I went, oh, it's just so simple, because I'm just caught in all of this form spinning around.
Yeah.
And then I go to that place that is truth, that is quiet, and then none of it matters. And ironically, when I come out of that meditation after maybe 40 minutes, I actually feel healthier and have more energy.
Ironically.
Right. Maybe not ironically.
Well, I was, yeah. I wanted to call this, there's only one thing. There's only the one thing, so you've said it.
Yeah.
There's only that one thing.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Which is ineffable.
And you have that one thing.
Yeah.
You have that access to that one thing.
Yeah, and it's true. Because here I am suffering and longing, and I go into that place.
Yeah.
I feel so grateful and so relieved, and and I can go there so easily.
Yeah.
I went, okay, this is something, and then I actually feel physically better.
Yeah.
I just have to remember to do it.
Well, that's the demon.
Yes, the forgetting.
Demon.
Well, it's a point you raised many times, is we've all been tricked into identifying with our bodies too. And I'm in my 60s now, and I'm only starting to become aware of how that conditioning's trapped me for most of my life. This idea that you're a body, and then all of a sudden there's death, and there's fear, and there's all these other things that make you controllable.
I know, yeah. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. We're not the body. We're not the body.
It's hard to get there, though, because we're human and we're in a body. Mm-hmm. We have to carry it around. There's part of us that is, identified with the body.
Well, of course we are, and it's not like an overnight thing. I mean, the body is the hardest one to move out.
And it's great. It's fun sometimes. It feels good. When it's feeling
good,
it feels good.
It works.
Yeah, when it works, it works.
Yeah,
there's a lot of pleasure to be had from it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like Buddha said, what's our greatest suffering? Desire.
Yeah, we want it to be different.
Yeah, we want it to be different. We desire this, we desire that. And then we suffer.
Yeah.
So it's not really, if you had a choice, it wouldn't be the place you'd really want to come to. But on the other hand, it's like the angels, they say, are dying to come to this plane so they can evolve spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
To the earth plane.
To the earth
And
plane.
be human.
Yeah.
Try out being human.
Try out being human so they can evolve at that level.
Well, someone said to me recently, this Chinese medical man said that the only way our spirit can evolve is through the human form, is through our time on Earth. And
Totally.
otherwise you're just in a state of stasis.
Right.
Which is interesting.
Which is like the angels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
But isn't that a good state to be in? The state the angels are in?
Well, it's not that there's anything good or bad.
Right, it's beyond that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beyond that. It's just the evolution of the soul.
Yeah.
They're closer to God, but they're always there. Like the stasis you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're like longing.
Yeah.
Longing and aching and, wanting to die.
Yeah, to get there, get somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the angels are right there with God all the time, and yet they don't have that same thing. They help us. They're helpful. They're beautiful.
But there's certain tasks that can only be accomplished in the physical form then.
Yes. And that's why we're talking like this today.
Mm.
This is what the physical form is for. Not to just, it is to experience. It's to experience everything.
But do you always evolve? Can you have a human life for 80 years and
Sure.
there's no evolvement?
Yeah. But still, even though there's no involvement, there's some involvement.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You moved along the line somewhere.
Everything's going towards its self or spirit or God or
Yeah. And are we aware that there's any evolvement happening?
We?
Well,
Or
a person. I mean, I guess some people. Are we supposed to be aware of how we have evolved over the decades?
We don't have to be.
Yeah.
All we have to know is, we're true to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about the Kabbalistic thing that says, equivalence of form with creation is in this physical form is their greatest attainment. So, sure, when we die, we all know whatever secret's revealed when we die, but to access that secret before we die, while we're still alive,
While we're
would be
still
remarkable.
alive. Yeah, that's exactly what it's,
Isn't that what a direct experience is?
Yeah, it's the secret.
Mm.
The knowing.
It's a place that is and knows and is wordless.
Wordless?
Wordless. There's no words for it.
So it doesn't matter if we know that we're evolving or not. It still implies a striving. And the truth, as you're saying, it is that it's already attained, it's already there. The perception of progress is equally illusory as would be the illusion of time, linear time.
Right.
It's all here now happening, it's already attained, and this whole play is unfolding, but it's not who we are.
Right. Yeah. All of it. Yeah. But we have to walk through all that stuff. And that's why it's so hard.
It almost makes you think the play shouldn't be necessary, or isn't necessary, but it must be.
Or
Because
we
we're
would
in
be
it.
here. Yeah, we're in it.
Yeah, we're still like, the actors in the movie, right?
Yeah.
We're playing our part in our role. And, you wonder, how did you get this role?
Well, there was an interesting 20th century philosopher, Taylor Desjardins, that said
Uh-huh.
humanity is evolution, become conscious of itself. And that's what it, because then there is no end to it.
Yeah.
There's no goal to achieve. It's just, we're always going to be in process. As
Yeah, it's
is
just
the
the nature.
cosmos.
Yeah, it's just what it does. But
Can you speak a little bit about illusion? Because, I don't know, I mean, I have a concept of it now, but maybe people who are listening, and I certainly before, I'd have trouble with the word illusion because I'd go, but this is real, right? Like I'm touching this chair and my body's real, and then all these spiritual teachers say it's all an illusion, and that's a leap for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Well, basically illusion means it's not there to start with. So something's illusory, it's not there. It's almost like when you go to the movies and they project onto the screen, you know, a love story or a war movie. All that's projected outward. But then when the movie's over and this projector's pulled back, then it's done. It's over.
Just a screen.
It's just a screen. It's the same with us. We're the movie actors. That's why we like movies so much. You know, we crave to be in the movies, you know. It's like everybody's like, oh yeah, it's the highest thing. Oh, if I could just have been a movie star.
Yeah.
So, but that's what it is. It's just a projection. You know, it's like the big screen is projecting us outward.
So if someone asks me how I am, I can say, I'm the star of my own movie.
Yeah.
That's good.
Which is basically true, isn't it?
Yeah. Star of my own.
And the check's in the mail.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the check doesn't always come.
Yeah.
No.
Even if you're a star of your movie.
No.
So basically illusion is well, that's like a demon, basically.
But the body's real. I mean, on a relative level, it's not an illusion. It actually
on a relative
exists.
level, of course.
Yeah.
On a relative level, this is a couch, this is an arm,
Yeah.
you know, it's a camera, that's, you know, at the relative level. And so we have to honor the relative level. You know, it's not like we're just going to ignore it. We still have to, you know, live. We still have to, you know. But on the relative level is where we get, they call it in some places man-making or woman-making. It's where we gain our strength of sorts. It's where we get our focus because we have to make decisions. We have to decide what feels good inside of us and what doesn't feel good inside of us.
Work with it.
And work with it. It's where the work is, really.
And that makes sense. That gives a kind of a purpose to being alive then, rather than just, you know, you know, working our way through it sort of willy-nilly. Just hoping we get to the end.
Where's the end?
Where's the end? But like, why do people, okay, there's lots of crime and all of that, but why are there so many people that don't commit crime? Because they're inside themselves going, no, we don't do that. You know, so that's where the evolution is.
Right.
Maybe before they did, and now they're not.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really pretty simple at that level. And so that's why, I mean, that's why we struggle here. The struggling is the thing, just like when you have a longing. That longing is the thing that takes you deep to your source.
To look inward, really. Because outward stuff isn't working.
Isn't working.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point. All of this is to get us to the point where we see that we, of our own volition, can't do it. On our own. We can't. We're not the doers. We don't have, our egos start to get crushed at that point. Then we start to recognize something bigger is in control. And that's when the sense of surrender starts to come.
And people have trouble with the word surrender. I don't anymore, but you might want to speak to that because it isn't really like you're giving anything up or it's scary or anything.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the word surrender either, but for lack of a better word, it's like an openness to something higher than what you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something where, like for example, before you do a difficult task, the surrender would be, I have no power without you. I know that. So I give this to you. So are you taking something and you're giving it over?
Mm-hmm.
I have no power without you. I have no control, no power. And that's a good thing. You know, in the world of the mind, that would be a bad thing. You'd be considered
Mhm.
weak. You'd be considered, you know, a failure, you know, whatever. But in the world of the spirit, that's where the strength is. And that's actually all of the worlds, that's where the strength is.
There, but by your grace go I.
Yeah, there but by your grace go by.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm doing a meditation, I'll say, I gladly surrender, and so that I feel like it's a relief. I gladly surrender this all, rather than, for me, the words saying I have no power will trigger something in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
My
Well,
mind's
whatever
like
words were important,
yeah, so
everybody's different, they all need different ways of saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's an interesting contrast with that too, the way the material world entices us to not surrender, it entices us to be in control and master.
Master everything.
Yeah, and master. And I guess that's why when, as you accumulate stuff, it takes you farther and farther away from that ability to surrender.
Well, it does. Those are the demons. Yeah.
Those are the demons.
The demons are. That's why I brought them up, because they're always. Well, that's so true, and the thing is that, you know, like it being the opposite shows that there's something strange going on in our world. You know, there's something that controls that at a certain level.
Controls what?
Well, the fact that there's this surrender people on one side and the not surrender group on the other.
Right, won't give it up.
That won't give it up, but something's influencing all that.
Right.
Something at a higher frequency. You know, there's different levels, there's different realms, and there are things that happen in these different realms. As you get higher, then you're freer of them, but at the lower realms, you know, there's still, like here.
This earthly plane.
In this earthly plane, to keep us, you know, keep us here. Sort of cycling around.
Maybe the word demon is a bit too scary for people or something. I don't know if there's a different word.
Well, some people don't like illusion.
Yeah.
And the demons are a little bit. Well, my experience, that I told, is because they were like demons. They did have actual forms like demons. Yeah.
And did you feel fear?
Terrible fear.
Yeah.
Terrible fear. Yeah. Like terror.
Did they touch you, your feet, when you walked?
No. Well, no. I don't remember what I had. I must have had shoes on my feet. But the crunching would come, and then they'd go right here, and then I go, you're an illusion.
So what was crunching became demons that came at your face.
That's right, they became demons. So like, you know, in the fall when it's really crispy, and it was that way on the way in, and then on the way out, they just, I didn't know what the hell they were, you know, it was like, they were just crispy.
Yeah.
And then they became demons,
jump up,
yeah.
And then when you got to the grassy field, did you lay down?
I lay down.
What was that like?
It was the most beautiful experience because I had a sense of maturity in me that I had never had prior to going into that area.
Maturity.
And hitting the demons and all. I came out mature. Mature not just in age, but I came out knowing that this thing that I had just experienced prior to the dream was with me at all times. It was, you know, it was taking me where I needed to go. It was teaching me. It was doing whatever.
In a way, it saved you from
Saved me.
that fear.
Yeah.
But you also made it back home.
And I made it, yeah. I made it back home. Good point. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a while ago, that dream, but there's parts of it I forget a little bit.
How did you feel when you woke up?
I couldn't function for about 3 days.
Wow.
I had no ability to function. It was just, it just had taken over my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to, I didn't even work or anything.